Safe Star Show, your ultimate morning companion for a secure and vibrant day ahead. Today is a happy Republic Day because today we celebrate our nation's historical journey to sovereignty and our resolve to maintain stability and development. Happy Republic Day. This show is streaming live on all our social media platforms, on all, on Facebook, on X, on TikTok, on YouTube. Let's get mutually active. Let's get dialogic. We're also available on the DSTV channel 362. Send us your questions, your comments, your observations, and we'll do well and then read them out to you. I'm Sergeant Yao Boaite Boatin, your host, bringing you the pulse of safety live from the National Police Headquarters. Joining me this morning as my co-host is the Halcyon policewoman, Sergeant Theresa Addo. Good morning, Theresa.
Good morning, Sergeant Boaite.
I hope you're fine.
I'm doing well. Hope you're doing good too.
I'm also doing fantastically good.
Great.
Yes, 2 days ago, we experienced massive flooding within Accra.
Yes.
I hope, in as much as I didn't see you on Monday, right? That was on Monday.
Yes, I was on Monday.
I believe you were safe.
Yes.
Safe and sound.
I am. I mean, it's just that the rain actually took a portion of the road.
You were trapped some way somehow.
Yeah. So, but thank God we are here.
Absolutely. And today also happens to be a Republic Day.
Yeah.
And so it is quite historic.
Very much.
In the books of Ghana.
Very much.
Yeah. Today was supposed to be the holiday, but then as part of the policy arrangement by government, the holiday has been shifted to Friday. That is 3rd of July, 2026.
Right.
But then it is still a Republic Day. This is a day we set aside to, celebrate our milestone towards sovereignty.
Sure.
And then our resolve to maintain stability and then development. You have come far as a people.
Very much.
Yeah.
Very much. And I think there's more for us to do.
Absolutely.
There's more for us to do. Yeah. So, as much as we are marking this day, we should also be looking forward to, the positivity we can add on to the successes we've chalked as a people.
Very well.
Right.
And again, the world's greatest football spectacle, the 2026 FIFA World Cup, is still ongoing. As we speak now, most of the African national teams are crashing out. Yesterday, unfortunately for us, La Côte d'Ivoire or the Ivory Coast lost narrowly by 2-1 against the Norwegians. That was so sad,
Wow.
As we speak now, I think we have 2 or 3 African countries being eliminated. Yes.
Eliminated or remaining?
Eliminated, yes. South Africa, they're out. They lost against Canada.
Okay.
The Moroccans were able to beat the Netherlands on penalties.
All right.
So Moroccans have qualified to the round of 16.
Okay.
And yesterday, there's Ivory Coast also lost to Norway 2-1.
So
today, Senegal against Belgium. Yeah.
Let's pray for them.
Exactly.
Because we want to actually see most of the African countries.
At least if you have 4 or 5.
5, I think it would help out.
Get into the round of 16, that would be fine.
It'll help out. So let's hope and then wish them the best in their field of play.
Yeah, and then the Black Stars will be on action. It will be in action on Saturday.
On Saturday.
Yes. Against Colombia.
All right.
The kickoff time is quite odd. I think 1:30 a.m. or so.
Oh.
Saturday dawn.
I think Colombia is also, a strong team.
A very strong side.
Colombia is also a strong team. So I think our men should probably strategize very well. They shouldn't go playing all defensive.
Yeah.
But they should, map up strategies whereby they can score, because now everybody wants to score and then remain in the 116.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think our men should also, set up and then re-strategize.
Yeah. All right. So we are hopeful that the Ghana Black Stars will give us a very resounding victory against Colombia on Saturday during their round of 32 game or fixture against the Colombians. Let me send this good morning to, the Marine Police District Commander, Harbour Police Station Superintendent of Police, Mr. Charles Osei, and then the station officer, CID, Chief Inspector, Mr. Osei Boapia. Good morning, and we are grateful for the professional job you guys are doing out there. The Ghana Police Service is proud of you. And then another good morning to the Ghana National Fire Service Tema Operations Commander, DO, Mr. Opong. Good morning to you. We are also grateful for the wonderful job being done. And then our very own brother, ADO1, Mr. Alex Kinnati, who is with the Public Relations Department of the Ghana National Fire Service, for the fantastic job being done. So, on Monday, when most areas in Accra got flooded, the Ghana National Fire Service, in collaboration with other state security agencies, were on their feet, to offer rescue mission or efforts to individuals who were trapped in their respective homes.
Right.
The Ghana National Fire Service, at a point, there was a fire outbreak at Kwame Nkrumah Circle. Initially, they were struggling to get closer to the fire scene, but then they were able to conjure some magic, to just get there and then douse the fire.
Right.
So this morning, we are grateful to the Ghana National Fire Service for...
We are grateful to them. That is the beauty of
absolutely,
the whole thing.
Absolutely.
Yes,
and then you call them they respond to your call with alacrity, and then they are there on time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we commend them
Exactly.
for the good job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So good morning to you all. We are ready to kickstart your day safely as we usually do on this platform. And so whether you are, anticipating a heavy vehicular traffic, because this morning the weather has changed. It is likely it may rain. On our way to the studios, it was drizzling. So if you are thinking that there's going to be heavy vehicular traffic, our officers who work with the Motor Traffic and Transport Departments have been deployed to manage and control the traffic situation within the length and breadth of this country. So we'll start off with our traffic updates, where my colleague, Sergeant Yusuf Brahma, who has joined us back in the studios after his early visit today at a particular spot, will be bringing us how the traffic situation looks at where he went earlier today. And then we'll come back and then get into the police-related stories that are shaping our communities over the previous 24 hours. Our wonderful policewomen are here to do us this particular service. Quickly, we'll cross over to the police hospital when it's time for the essential health tips, where our medical experts are standing by to bring us a comprehensive presentation on a particular health subject that is pivotal to your human development as well. And then with our in-depth discussion today, we are hosting our very own ASP, Mr. Frank Katapu, third in command at the Property Fraud Unit here at the headquarters, to basically tell us about the assessments you are supposed to do when it comes to due diligence practices, during construction in flood-prone areas. On Monday, there were some disturbing videos that came up on social media.
Yeah.
Areas such as Chadu, the entire place was flooded.
Flooded, yes. Actually, was monitoring you guys.
Vehicles were just floating on water as if they were paper bags and something like that. It was terrible.
I think it has come in timely. Yeah, I mean, the topic for discussion has come in timely, so that landowners and developers will also know what to do, and then citizens will also know what to do.
Absolutely, because people were complaining that there are a lot of projects or structures built on waterways, and these have contributed or culminated into people's house being flooded and all of that.
I think I agree. I agree because I mean, regardless, I mean, without that, we wouldn't be having some of these things in high records.
Sometimes one shocking revelation is that there are some areas that have never experienced flooding of such nature before, but this time around they are. Exactly. So it tells you that there are some, critical issues we need to discuss.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So ASP Mr. Frank Katapu will be joining us. He is a land lawyer, an expert when it comes to land issues. He'll be joining us later on the show for us to delve into the assessment with our due diligence practice and all of that. And then we'll take time and then celebrate police officers, their loved ones, and then our colleagues who belong to the sister state security agencies during their time of birthdays. We are in a new month, 1st July, and so the birthday celebrants in June, their time is over.
It's over.
Exactly. So we are receiving July birthday celebrants today. We kick off with their celebrations on this particular show. And then a bit of the World Cup diaries as well, where we'll be giving you how the African countries are faring. It's rather unfortunate that day by day, some of the African countries are, being eliminated. Ghana Black Stars will be in action on Saturday, 1:30 a.m. against Colombia. All right. So these and then other things you should expect on the show today. We are ready to start the program by keeping the ball rolling. But then before that, we are going for our first break. When we resume from the break, we'll keep up the momentum. Remember that a safe start leads to a great day. Stay on. We'll be right back. Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. It is still the Safe Start Show on GH Police Television. This is where you stay informed, you stay ahead, you stay safe. A very good morning to the regional CID at the Central East Regional Police Headquarters, the Chief Inspector and then your men, Station Officer at the Regional CID Central East Region. Good morning. And we're also grateful for the wonderful job you guys are doing out there at Kaswa. The professionalism is unmatched. So this morning, Station Officer, Regional CID Central East Region and then your men, it's a good morning to you from the Safe Start Show this morning, by extension, the Ghana Police Service. All right. So my colleague, Sergeant Yusuf Brahima, is back with us in the studios after his earlier visit this morning to the John Ajekum Kufuor Avenue after the floods. He's going to tell us how the situation has been when it comes to the traffic outlook in that particular area. Good morning, Brahima.
Good morning, big man.
I hope you're fine.
I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
I'm also doing great.
Right.
We are saved by the grace of Allah and God.
Yes.
We are back.
I hope after the show you went home and you didn't have any issues. I mean, on Monday after the
Oh,
floods.
yes. But then it wasn't easy.
It was troubling.
Yeah,
It was
was troubling, you know.
You see, the issue about it is that this thing, you cannot say that you are not affected.
Exactly.
Because even if your room is not flooded, when you get out of your room,
Absolutely.
which road are you using to your office or work?
Exactly.
You see, so one way or the other, we are all affected. Because, I mean, coming out of your house, you are safe from the house. But then the route that you're going to
on the
use,
streets, you cannot tell.
well, we saw videos of people being swept away in their vehicles and all that.
Very well.
You see, so this is a very sad development. In fact, to the extent of children and then babies getting carried away and all that. And if you listen to the experts' interactions that are going on, you will believe that these are human-induced troubles. You understand? We have brought them upon ourselves. Because there was someone who was saying that, I mean, I think she's an old lady who has lived around Accra for a very long time. And she was saying that when they were children, the areas such as Chadu and all that were forests and rivers where they were going to swim and doing all sort of things. So that is it is a river bank.
Yeah, but then now it has been converted into an estate.
It has been filled, and then people have built estates on
facilities there. Exactly.
In fact, this is a river. You can't sack a river from its house. No, there is no way you can sack a river from where it lives.
Yes, its original habitat.
My brother. Even if it is 1,000 years, it will still come out.
Exactly.
And that is the trouble we are facing now.
Wow.
You see, and someone was also saying that now we are getting this level of trouble. This is better because the Achimota forest is now surviving.
Oh, really?
That is what the person said. He said that if the Achimota forest should go off as well, the whole Accra will go under.
And then someone also said that by the end of June, July, the entire Greater Accra region will turn into Pacific Ocean.
Well, we hope it doesn't happen. But so it should tell you that it is the troubles that we are putting upon ourselves.
Exactly.
You understand? That is what is causing this trouble.
And the heap of rubbish and refuse you find
My
food.
brother, when you look at the drainage,
it's alarming. Yes.
plastics,
Rubber bags, sachet bags, and all of that. You know.
they are all going to choke the already choked gutters.
Absolutely.
Well,
And these things were deposited by human beings.
why not?
You know, not
Why
spirits,
not?
ghosts.
They are
Yes.
deposited by our own selves.
Exactly. Indiscriminately
understand?
trained everywhere.
I don't know. And you see, the trouble is that when it comes like this, we talk about it. I mean, people go on
Exactly.
air, argue.
Exactly. But then once
demonstrate,
the
do
season
this,
is
once
over, the rain
the
is
sun
over, that's
comes
all.
out and the place gets dried up, that ends.
As if nothing of Saturday.
Then we'll be waiting for another story.
Yeah.
But I'm sure this season's rain probably is going to hasten decisions by government to.
Oh, we hope so. For that, that is why we expect. But you see, my issue is that I do not even expect us to put all the troubles on government. It is about what we, the people, the indigenous, are doing to bring about this issue.
Absolutely, it is. I mean, it remains one of our responsibilities.
You see, of course,
as a good citizen of Ghana, to ensure that we behave well. You understand? You don't expect to go around and then
littering around.
And you expect
That is very true. That is very true, though. But at least when the ban of the plastics also come into force, I think it is going to mitigate some of these things.
That one test is going to be very difficult. You know, it's going to be very difficult.
But other countries have practiced it.
Well,
yes. So if other countries have practiced
that is
it,
a multi-million dollar industry.
Absolutely, you know,
multi-million-dollar industry.
The amount of money we are making from this
that.
particular.
Over 60 years.
Yeah.
Yes. It depends on dedication and you putting things in order. It can equally be done. If other countries have done it, why can't we do it?
But why can't we also refrain from the act of littering indiscriminately?
That is the issue.
So the punitive measures should come in.
Absolutely.
Once you are caught,
when people are punished severely, I believe it's going to serve as deterrent to others to also be able to.
We hope so. Because in fact, the scenes from Monday, they were very bad. Very, very, very bad. In fact, there's this one police officer who had been deployed to a section of the road to divert traffic, and then he lost his phone. Yes, as I lost my phone. Even though
Last
producer
Monday.
has promised me, but
Yes.
I'm still waiting on producer.
Producer has told you that by the end of this week.
Yes,
you will
yes.
see the
So
brand new phone.
producer, that's why.
Yes.
Then I can't say that if you want to tell God something,
Speak
you
to
say
the
it to the wind.
yeah.
So
Chief Inspector,
I'm telling the
your
wind.
promise on Monday. Yes, you are waiting for.
So the officer was in the traffic diverting other people to be safe.
Yeah.
And then he lost his phone. So the wife was calling and then he couldn't even get
Reach out to
access
him,
to
yeah.
the husband. When the guy went back to the house, he lost everything in his room.
Wow.
Everything he had lost in an attempt to save other people.
He also ended
lost
up
everything.
losing
So
everything.
to police officers and other people who belong to the rescue teams and state security services who in the quest of saving people lost a portion of themselves. I mean, we share in your grief, and we hope that the good Lord will repay you for this trouble. So my brother,
wow,
we can't finish this talk.
Exactly.
Fact, it's a whole discussion. We need personal discipline as a people
absolutely
to ensure that we are keeping our environment in good shape, so that because it will come back and consume all of us. You understand?
This is not the first time.
This is not the first time.
We were here when June 3rd, we had that debacle at the Kwame Nkrumah Sec.
Yes.
We had learnt as a people, but then after almost 8-9 years now, we are still experiencing.
Once the sun comes down, we forget. So, and also a general advice to all of us: in fact, if you are living in a very low-lying area or a flood-prone area, I mean, it is better you seek shelter somewhere. You understand? Because you don't know when it will get to your end.
Exactly. Today you may escape. You cannot tell when.
Especially those living around the Wager Belt and all those areas. Now that the dam is not even spelled yet.
Exactly.
You realize the trouble. So for those people living around such areas, if you have people elsewhere, or even if you can go back to your village, at least to rest more, it is better. So that later you come back and then let's see what God will have for us.
And then the World Cup is also on. Yesterday, Ivory Coast lost only by 2-1.
Ivory Coast. I was very happy when they equalized.
Exactly.
But unfortunately, at the depth of the game, they couldn't hold on and they had to lose it. So far, I think we have lost how many African teams? 2, right?
I think 2, yes. South Africa.
We have lost South Africa. We have lost. Even for South Africa, you were praying that they go back to their country.
Go back to their country. So they've been sent back.
Unfortunately, they have gone back to their country.
They've been sent back to their country.
So you should be happy about it.
Exactly.
And then, but for Ivory Coast, it is bad. I honestly didn't expect them to.
And the Ivorians played so well.
They did extremely well. Their game was good. They deserve to be in the 160.
Absolutely.
As football may have it, they are going home.
Ghana Black Stars, we are in action on Saturday.
Well, this is a do or die affair.
Against Colombia.
So let's see what they will do.
Anyway,
they should come all out. And then those midfielders who are fan of playing the Sunday special tactics and then tackles.
I believe the technical,
your friend, I don't want to mention his name.
The technical team are aware of this. So
that Sunday special tackles that he was playing
anyway.
If he should take it to this stage, he will drop red card.
Yes, we'll do goals.
All right. So good morning and welcome to today's traffic updates on the Safe Start Show with me, Sergeant Yusuf Brahma. So, I mean, this is still in the rainy season. If you've come out from your house, you know that the weather is really not good at all. I mean, you don't even know when the rain will start coming in. It is also drizzling at certain areas. So, just as I said, if you do not have any pressing issue that should push you out of the house within this season, if you have food, you have bread and butter in the house, I would advise that you stay indoors. That is if your indoor is safe. But if your indoor is also not safe, also advise that you seek shelter elsewhere, because life is important and you should be able to protect your life as well. So if you're coming out in town, this is the traffic situation that you should expect. We'll be giving you a bit of what is happening around town. But around the National Police Headquarters, from the Dankwa Circle to the Ghana National Fire Service, there's a bit of traffic there. But officers have still been deployed to ensure that you move around easily without any trouble. And also from the Ghana National Fire Service traffic light to Kwame Nkrumah Circle, there's normal flow of traffic at that section of the road. But officers have still been deployed there to ensure that you move around easier than you would have ideally expected. So just as my brother said, we went on the road at the J.A. Kufuor Avenue because on Monday when the rains came down, a portion of the road was flooded, so the road was diverted into just a single section for the in and out flow of traffic from Kwame Nkrumah Circle and also from Nsamom as well. So we captured a video of what is happening there earlier this morning. So producer, if you're ready, kindly let viewers know exactly what is happening at the J.A. Kufuor Avenue after the floods. All right, so just as you can see on your strike, this is in front of the Ghana Telecom University, where my sister, PW Sergeant Brago, was reporting about being submerged in the drains, and then she was reporting from on Monday. But then today, just as you can see, I mean, the rains are gone. So the road is actually free for you now. If you're moving from Abeka Junction towards that section of the road, you have a very normal flow of traffic on that stretch. But then just as you see, I mean, this is someone's vehicle in the drains. So the advice that we are giving to you as well, stay out from the road if you can do so. This is car price. I mean, on Monday, the entire road was submerged. So today, I think it is going off. But then there are still debris on the road. So you should slow down when you are driving on that portion of the road as well. And then if you are moving ahead to Aveno as well, you can see that, I mean, the road is, I mean, calm now, but then there are still debris on the road, just as I've said. So the outer lane is normal trouble. So please, if you are moving from Car Price to Aveno, avoid the outer lane, because looking at the mud and the debris that has been washed onto that portion of the road, it will be dangerous for you to drive through that section of the road this morning. So avoid that portion of the road as well. And then just as you see on your screen, this is PTC. On Monday, as we reported, the entire area was flooded, and then you wouldn't have been able to drive your vehicle through as people are doing now. But then today, I mean, it is okay for you to drive through that section of the road as well. From PTC, if you're moving towards Dansbar, getting to the Adabraka police station as well, the road is okay now. And then leading all the way to Kingsway, the Central Business District, you can see that there's normal flow of traffic onto that stretch of the road as well. So virtually, that is the situation from the J. Kufuor Avenue, from Abeka Junction, Ghana Telecom University, as you can see on your stretch, where on your screen, which is free now. The flat waters have, I mean, gone out, and then the roads are ready for you to move on or drive on if that is the route that you are using this morning. You can also move freely towards the Kwame Nkrumah Circle, and then also move towards the Central Business District if you have any business doing there. And it's also the same around areas such as Opebia, leading to the Presidency, Afrikiko, and then all those areas which were flooded before. But then, I mean, thankfully it is getting better. But please, just as we say, when it gets to this stage, the road will still remain slippery. So please reduce your speed. Drive with a very safe and appropriate speed. Also ensure that your tires are in good condition as well. Ensure that your vehicle is well maintained. Your wipers are working, so that when the rain comes down, you should be able to wipe the water from your windscreen, so that you not get yourself into any trouble. But then still, I am going to advise that if you are not an essential service provider, if you have no pressing issue that should push you out of the house during this season, for me, my ultimate advice is that you stay out of trouble by not coming onto the road, because the road now is trouble for you. And if you're also seeking shelter as well, look at the integrity of the building from which you are seeking shelter from, because there are some shelters that are very weak and then they can even cave in as well. So please note where you are seeking shelter, so that in your quest not to seek in your quest to seek shelter, you're not going to find yourself into a bigger trouble. So that is all we have for you as well. So that is all for today's traffic update on the Safe Start Show with me, Sergeant Yusuf Brahma. Please continue to take care of yourself. We pray that the rains will go away, and then we do what we are expected to do as a people to ensure that we don't experience this kind of floods ever again. Over to you, my brother, Sergeant Yabote Boatin, and the rest of the team.
All right. Thank you so much, my colleague, Sergeant Yusuf Brahma, for bringing us the latest with our traffic situation on the John Agyekum Kufuor Avenue after the floods on Monday. All right, so the next segment coming up is Police Today, where we get into police-related stories that are shaping our community. But then once again, today we are celebrating our nation's historical journey to sovereignty and our resolve to maintain stability and development. Happy Republic Day, fellow Ghanaians. Let's enjoy this brief breaker. When we resume, we'll get into the stories with Police Today.
Welcome back from that quick breather. If you just joined us, you are watching Safe Start here on GH Police TV, your most informative morning companion. This show is streaming live on DSTV channel 362, and we are also live on all our social media handles, on Facebook, on X, on YouTube, Instagram. Get interactive with us, share your messages with us, and we'll do well to read them out to you, and also answers to the questions that is bothering you. It is time to bring you Police Today. On Police Today, we have stories that is shaping our communities. You know, it was very devastating on Monday, but we, as the police officers, your safety is of paramount interest to us. And so we had our Marine Corps playing very integral part in the rescue exercise. Our police officers are seated here to share with us details of the story. Good morning, Sergeant Benedicta Brago.
Good morning.
Good morning, Lance Corporal Sharu Fauzia.
Good morning, Sergeant Teresa.
How are we doing?
We are doing very well this morning.
Thank God. Sergeant Brago, nano Joadami who pass a woody yakutini wo
na ehwa kohia pa chese senya yedi ensie se yebebo omafo japade ne omo ankwa ho ban no embre se ne se yedan ye ensia yedie no edintene ho ahia ehwa akohia se yete ho esi monten so na ye kire na emramia ahodo a eye esuyire ne ewo se be ya obi a afi na ofi efi aba no onfa ne enkwa emeto esem tena ehun akohia pa
Money Ejumayo, because now my real-time events. Money Ejumayo. So please take us to give us details of the story.
Okay, coming up in Police Today in our first story, police support rescue effort following floods in parts of Accra. The Ghana Police Service, through the Marine Police Unit, is working alongside other security agencies and emergency responders to rescue residents and evacuate victims from flood-affected communities to safe locations. Members of the public who require emergency assistance are urged to call the following toll-free numbers, which is 112, which is the NADMO emergency number, and 191 or 18555, which is the police emergency number. The Ghana Police Service urges the public to avoid driving or walking through flooded areas and remain alert and follow directives of emergency responders.
Eye ensubratamwa etoye na edi ensuyiri baye na edi enipa ebi enkwa eto esemu na esese ejapade awodo no police adwumako ne nkrabata eye Marine Police Unit no ene bambo adwumayako awodo no ene wo mo abroni efra wo mo emergency responders no aka abomu edi dwuma ede age wo mo a ensu afa wo mo no enkwa na wo mo enso mo ejapade asese ene wo ma ensuo ninti omo akeka dem no omo ayi omo efri baby a omo ewo no enu nti yesre omanfo titri ene omo a ehia emwa ewo esu yiri bremu se omo emfre ahoma edidi so yi 112 a eno eye nadmofo ene 191 18555 eno eye posi ahomatrofo posi adwumako no ehye omanfo se ewo isuto bremu se wo temiabia ahodo a eye nsuyiri ekokokokoso ya yesre se nsuo no eto anase eyira men nante abonten anase men fati ase nam nante nsuo nim ye ma ye eni enna ho ewo isuto bremu na ankofa oyenie kese amfa amreye na afen so enhyehyeye a eye emergency responders yi ede agu akwanmu no yenhwe na ye eni so na emwa ye ewo yahohiahia ebreyi emu.
Coming up in our second story, police arrest 4 suspected drug peddlers and recover firearms, suspected narcotic substances in Mankronso operation. The Mankronso District Police Command has arrested 4 suspected drug peddlers during an intelligence-led operation conducted at identified locations within Konsu Township in the Ashanti region. The operation, which took place in the early hours of Friday, 26 June 2026, forms part of the police service's sustained efforts to clamp down on the trafficking and peddling of illicit drugs and other related criminal activities within the district. The suspects, identified as Isaka Musa, a 22 years old, Amankwa Emmanuel, a 25 years old, Kwame Boateng, a 32 years old, and Apia Prince, a 23 years old, were arrested during the operation. Items recovered from the suspects include one locally manufactured pistol loaded with 2 BB rounds of ammunition, quantities of suspected tramadol, red capsules, dry leaves suspected to be Indian hemp, a whitish powdery substance wrapped in a paper suspected to be cocaine, and an amount of 5,647.40 Ghana cedis believed to be proceedings from the alleged illicit trade. During preliminary investigations, the suspects allegedly admitted ownership of the recovered exhibit. They are currently in police custody assisting with investigations and will be put before the court upon the conclusion of investigation. The Ghana Police Service remains resolute in its fight against drug-related offenses and organized crime. We urge members of the public to continue supporting the police by providing timely and credible information to help identify and apprehend individuals engaged in criminal activities.
Yedi yani echemu awo mrankanso biaya ewo asante mantemu eho ena eye mankanso posi adwumako no achi enipa enan a yesusu se wo mo edi enubone ho dwuma na ya sanso age etuo ene enubone ahodo ede efri wo mo ensem dwuma die ewo ayewu mababosome ne da etoso adonu nsia ewo afe impimienu ene adonu nsia mu ena posi ede ehhehye so ewo kunsukrum na adwumadie ibotaye ene se yebesi enubone ho dwuma a etia emra no ano ekwan enam dwumadie so posi echi nipa nan a omo edin ene Isaka Musa wadi mfie adonu mienu Amankwa Emmanuela wadi mfie adonu enum Kwame Boateng a wadi mfie aduasa mienu ene Apia Prince a wadi mfie adonu miensa Enyama posi agi free mrantie yinsem ewo dwumadie num ebi ene eye etutia yaye ewo man mu a eye etu aboba bibi ahodo egumu baako brofro eye broni edra yefia ne tramadol eno so yeje ahodo bebre efi wo nsem edra yefia no red haban a ya chekere a yesusu se eye wi yeje efro mo nsem powder fita eno so ya chekere wa krata mu ahodo posi eje edi fri wo mo ensem a eno yesusu se eye cocaine ena yesanso eje Ghana sika sidi impim enum ene eche ahansia aduanan enso a yesusu se eye sika omo aton enubone na omo enya Ewo posi nhwehwemu no emrantie yi agitu mu se nyema no eni sika no ne nyina eye wo mo edea prempren omo ewo posi adwumako no akache a omo ebo wo nhwehwemu mu na yede wo mo akọ asenibia ama emra no ene wo mo edi Posi adwumako no ese omanfo se sene ayesi yebo se yebekon etia enubone hu dwumadi a atese no omanfo enkosoa ene enko benkromu na monfa eye amanebo a efa enubone hu dwumadi no enso posi adwumako no brano se eye na se wuntimi enko eye posi atena ya ebenwa obetimi afre ye ahomatofo no so eye 191 ena 18555 obetimi afre na wa kire ye baabi a ususu anasa wa hu se dwumadie no ekoso na posi so etumi etu eho anamo entem enu nti yesre omanfo se monkoso ana monfa amanebosa ensom posi adwumako no na aboa ma yetu no bone hudwuma ase efiyem patemu ene yeman no emu.
Right, thank you officers, thank you for sharing details of the story with us. And I think it is a plus to us that these drug peddlers have been arrested.
Yes.
We commend the regional command for playing that strong role, and also we commend the Marine units.
Yes,
the Marine units for playing, for their dedication to duty in these troubling times. So well done to you guys. We appreciate you so much. Let's continue to, commit ourselves to duty. Let's continue to give ourselves all out when duty calls, so that together we'll be able to save the nation. So on this stage, at this moment, we would take a quick breather, and then we come back with our segments to this particular show. Stay tuned.
Hello.
Hello, Mama Joa.
Hey, only I'm at home, can't you?
What is say?
Namia do more, but on away.
Ado, a mega yo-yo, with schoolmate.
What's wrong, can't you?
Hey, so said, me say my cookie or Canada.
Wow.
I couldn't be up, and no point in I'm sure number every week. Company no air pay into my 4 or Canada. Now, she said, a woman is say, company no bit ya, it will have. Now, pay man, so you have scanning 80,000. And no sana at
Mama, Madame Fubio could be Canada. Nana name Chanoboga. What's up when you're about a good year to man say? Miss me to me free Ghana, about the come more Canada. Oh, no say, no one in your say, company no. Or maybe she has to come to your half, not just make your half. Into me, I'm more woman.
Nana, you want to the other. Say, in Papa Phobia or Maba. Or Baba Catcher will say, or Canada. And then say, or France, Embo, Abuchin, Kuna, Caribbean. Now, Catcher will say, Akonya, Inti, Akonyan, agent, Awo, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, and answer Burkina Faso, Inti Fao. Now, we know Gata, the Hona will free, and over Canada, and answer France, and answer Abuchin, Kuna. Now, Naka Sape, Sinibu, a drop. Hey, you will do back. Or bet you wash them, or bet you lose again now. We can't have a queen already. We are what for so, or best so it is I want to suspend the new blood. Hey, now, say you go now for 1 part. Come back to one being now. You can't bet my woman, you bet my you bet my woman, bet you by your papa. And you are known for Sarah. Let me together for you. Intimiliano, no mamma in Dow, no mamma got tossed any pabonini, and then paboni from a figure.
Road crashes or accidents are of great worry to everyone. In view of this, we need to be alert on things that brings about accidents on our roads, leading to deaths of our loved ones. It is of this reason that Traffic Orientation Show on GH Police TV seek to teach, educate all road users, being it drivers, riders, pedestrians, on the rules and regulations and road traffic as to reduce road accident. Make time to watch Traffic Orientation Show every day on GH Police TV as we bring you more insight on road traffic related issues. You can also watch us on DSTV channel 362 and other digital channels. On Traffic Orientation Show, we say drive safely, arrive alive.
Akwansia eye akwansidie edema obi biara ne senti esese yetwen ya adwen ekọ enniema enam so ema akwansia edi epra ene ewo ebei eso ne senti GH Police TV ahyehyɛ dwumadi a didin ene ka kwan so nkyekere Traffic Orientation Show edi ebrel ewo dwumadi so yedi etufo na ya kyerɛkyerɛw enniema ene mmra ahodo a esese wo ehu ewo yen ekwan no eso enu nti jebre de hwɛ dwumadi yi da biada ewo GH Police TV so a esan so ewo DSTV channel 362 so na ya fansua de emfa ensi ka kwanhyia ano ekwan.
Hello.
Hello, Mama Joa.
Hey, only I'm at home, can't you?
What is say?
Namia do more, but on away.
Ado, a mega yo-yo, with schoolmate.
What's wrong, can't you?
Hey, so said, me say my cookie or Canada.
Wow.
I couldn't be up, and no point in I'm sure number every week. company no pay adwumayɛfoɔ wɔ Canada hɔ na nhyehyɛ ɛwɔ mu ni sɛ company no betua emu half na wo pay adwuma no so atua half sika no nyinaa yɛ 80,000 ɛnti no saa na ɛte
Nana, madam fi bia ko pie Canada o. Nana na nche no boga. Bosi akonya aba wo be go ye adwuma ne sɛ Miss me free Ghana abada kan mo Canada.
Oh.
No say me o mani ne sɛ company no. Omo be tua sika no be tua half, no be tua half. Nti ni menya mo abo me ho.
Nana nye onte de aba. Sese, ni paponufu bi a omaba. Obaka kwa kachira wo sɛ o Canada. Ananse o France embo abochin ko na aka ni bia. Na wakachira wo sɛ akonya ba. Enti akonya agent no ɛwɔ Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, ananse Burkina Faso. Enti fa ho. Na ɔmo na wɔn grata. Na ho na wo fi ɛna wɔba Canada. Ananse France, ananse abochin ko na aka. Na wɔnyaka saapɛ sinibu ɛyɛntɔ ɛyɛ du ba ɔbɛti wɔhyɛ dɛm ɔbɛti wo sika nyinaa ɔbɛti wo nyinaa ɔbɛti n'owia wafɔ so ɔbɛhyɛ wo ketee sɛ wɔn nso so fɛ nipa mmienu bra na saa nipa wɔnyina mfɔmɔ anko a kɔmbɛdwo saa nkwa bɛ nyinaa nipa no bɛtumi ayɛ wo mu ɛbɛtumi ayɛ obusuani bɛtumi ayɛ wo ma bɛtumi bɔ ayɛ papa ɛne ma no mfa saa kwanya wo nso let me to Ghana for you. Enti mi nuanom mama mo ninda ho na ma kwa nkoto sai ni paboni ni ana ni paboni fo no afidi mu.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. It is still the Safe Star Show on GH Police Television. This is where you stay informed, you stay ahead, you stay safe. Now I'll be bringing you your essential health tips in a bit, but before that, let me send this good morning to a stunning policewoman, Policeman Corporal Mabel Obrey Abua, who works at the protocol office here at the National Police Headquarters. And again, good morning going out to Chief Inspector Mr. Ernest Oforiata, an instructor at the High Risk Operations Training Center at Chematin, and then popularly we used to call the place Huhunya. And then all other instructors at the training facility for the wonderful job being done so far. The in-charge training, Chief Inspector Cletus Atongia, the director, Dr. Akomia, and then all the other guys for the fantastic work being done. Sule, Pilato, Aholu, and then all the guys. Chester, Sarkodie, Pascal, and all the guys. We are grateful for your activity as well. And again, Sarentes, you know, when we delve into the stories with the police today, we made mention that police joined hands with other state security agencies as part of the rescue mission on Monday. I want to send another good morning or greetings to DO Mr. Fifi Opon. Okay. He's with the TEMA Operations Directorate of the Ghana National Fire Service for the wonderful job they are doing. Yes, I think no, that was yesterday. I placed the call to him through ADO1, Mr. Alex Kinnati. And then with the swift response I received from them, it was unbelievable. So the victim who had her residence flooded, you know, shared some soothing words with me, refreshing words that at the point she was thinking they were not going to come. But you know, a team was quickly dispatched when the call came through, and then they got to her residence, and then she was salvaged from the flooding situation. So DO, Mr. Fifi Opon, we are exceedingly grateful for your professionalism and then your good hearts. Tema Operations Commander for the Ghana National Fire Service. And again, the Marine Police Commander, who saw to the fact that you know, his men were deployed to ensure that people were rescued from flooded areas. Superintendent of Police, Mr. Charles Osei, and then your station officer, and the entire team with the Marine Police in Tema, Habo Police Station to be precise. We are grateful for the wonderful job done so far. And then the regional CID Central East region in Kasua, station officer and your men. We're also grateful for the fantastic work you guys are doing, raising the flag of the Ghana Police Service so high. All right. So we are delving in straight with essential health tips, and this morning we have Assistant Commissioner of Police, Dr. Mr. Thomas Opoku Dakwa, who is the pharmacist in charge at the police hospital. He's going to tell us about the uses of antibiotics. Let's enjoy this presentation. We'll be right back.
ACP Dr. Thomas Opoku Dakwa, the pharmacist in charge of the police hospital chemist. As a pharmacist and clinical pharmacist, one of our main concerns has been the use of antibiotics, and it is because for most of us we use antibiotics for reasons which are not the main reasons why we should use them. For example, you have people walk into pharmacies and they will request for a sachet of antibiotics for whatever reason they want to use them. And as a result of that, we've had a lot of issues with the use of antibiotics. Globally, the use of antibiotics has become a global concern because of the risk of resistance. And it is feared that even by 2030, about 10 million people annually will be victims of antimicrobial resistance. That is, infections that will be difficult to treat with antibiotics as a result of our misuse of the antibiotics. And so I want to use this opportunity to call on us, all of us, every Ghanaian, to be circumspect in our use of antibiotics. If you went to the hospital and you are prescribed or given an antibiotic, make sure you use it just as you've been told. If you are asked to do it for 5 days, use it for 5 days. Don't do it for 2 days and then leave the rest, so that at another time you want to go for it and use it. I mean, when we do that, we will have challenges in the future. Also, we have some people who use the antibiotics for maybe in poultry, and that has also been one of the challenges we've had with the challenges of using antibiotics. So I would want to urge our farmers, especially in the poultry industry, that antibiotics are supposed to be used when prescribed, and therefore we should not just use them in animal husbandry and abuse them as a result. To our prescribers also, we know that you are doing well, but we still encourage you to ensure that we prescribe antibiotics to patients who need them. And also, when there is a need for us to quickly review, we do so to ensure that our patients get the best or the optimum use of antibiotics when they are prescribed. It is for all of us to come together to do our bit to ensure that the few antibiotics that we have are protected, so that our generations after us can also have the benefits of the use of antibiotics. On this note, I want to thank you for your time.
Essential health tips on today's edition of the Sifter Show, and we received the presentation on the uses of antibiotics by Assistant Commissioner of Police Dr. Thomas Opoku Dakwa. He is the pharmacist in charge at the police hospital. Sergeant Tess,
you're right.
I believe that in his presentation, what he was telling us to avoid to do is the abuse of these antibiotics. Yes. Yeah, they may be deleterious to our health if you are not careful.
Sure, but you see, the thing is, when you are not feeling well, the best place to go to is a medic. you go to the pharmacy, the doctor, so that they would prescribe for you.
But not to walk into the pharmacy.
Not to walk into the pharmacy.
Like as we typically do.
You see?
Yeah.
So because if you do that, you may be taking something that you think may be solving your problem, but
exactly.
really may not be solving the problem. So the ideal thing is just go to the hospital, go to the doctor, let them, examine you and then know what it is. So I think we should desist from that.
Yes. So we are encouraging our own selves to adopt the habit of getting to the hospital when we notice that we are unwell, and to allow the medical experts to do their diagnosis and then examination and all that. Don't sit down and think that I have slight headache and so I'm presuming it's normal headache. Let me get to the pharmacy, tell the pharmacist that please give me some paracetamol or any painkiller, Panadol. Exactly, and then we end up abusing these drugs. Yeah. Yes, they may be so harmful to our health. And so from the pharmacist in charge at the police hospital, ACP, Dr. Thomas Opoku Darkwa, is saying that please go to the hospital first. Let a doctor attend to you before you are giving prescription to these drugs. All right. So away from the essential health tips, with our big discussion today, we are hosting a very fine legal luminary who is the third in command at the property fraud unit at the CID headquarters. It's not a new face on this particular show. Over time, it comes around to help us delve into issues when it comes to land-related matters or other properties as well. So this morning, we are going to look into the assessment we do when it comes to our due diligence practices, during construction in flood-prone communities. In the wake of these perennial floodings, on Monday we experienced an unbelievable situation in Ghana. Unbelievable. But when you have most areas being flooded as a result of continuous rainfall, so we need to ask ourselves that there are some areas or communities that typically do not experience flooding. But then what has changed? What has been the narrative? This guest or our guest is going to help us look into some factors we need to consider when we are constructing our buildings and all that. So we have Assistant Superintendent of Police, Mr. Frank Katapu, who is the third in command at the Property Fraud Unit CID headquarters. He's going to help us with our discussion this morning. Personally, I call him Counsel. Good morning, Counsel.
Good morning. Good morning.
You're welcome once again. It's good to have you back. Yeah, it's good to have you back. Yeah, Salintes.
Yeah.
Mr. Katapu has authored a book, Land Fraud Investigation in Ghana.
Okay.
A fantastic book. I do not have my copy yet, but I've been able to just sneak around to get a briefs in the book.
Right.
And I believe every police officer should have one.
Right.
Yes, that's the book. Every police officer should have one.
Sure.
It is going to really help us develop or acquire knowledge when it comes to land fraud investigation.
That is true.
You'll be there as a police officer. Someone will call you, please, I've gone to purchase a land here. A and B has happened. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
And then you are stuck. Yes, but then when you have a copy of this book, I believe it's going to serve.
It gives you an insight and you're able to
serious,
solve the
profound
problem
insight. Absolutely.
for the person.
So we'll talk about the book later, but then let's look at the flooding situations in Accra or in Ghana, to be precise, because some part of the country was also flooded, central region and then other areas as well. There was a video that we received on Monday.
Okay.
A community called Beifikrom around Mankesim. Yes, where the gentleman showed us a video that the father had his residence flooded.
Wow.
But unfortunately for him, there was no casualty.
Okay.
But then most of his valuables got damaged.
We're gone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it is important that we look into what really constitute or contribute to this particular threats within our area. So, sir, when it comes to land title, it is an area that you keep advising or throwing more light on. When it comes to land acquisition and all of that. Sure. Yeah. It shows that when you get to the Lands Commission, and then you are given a green light. Oh, the land you intend to acquire or the land you have bought is clean. What are some of the things you need to consider when you're about starting your project, when you're about constructing your building on the land, as part of drainage and then the propensity of having that particular project being flooded when it rains?
Thank you once again, my brother, for the opportunity and for having me. Let me express my gratitude once again to the Inspector General of Police and the Director General CID and my boss, Mr. ACP, Mr. Martin Apiaodo, for giving me the opportunity to be here. And good morning to our cherished listeners and viewers. Yes, the flood situation can be looked at from three different angles. One, in your introductory remarks, you observed that areas that are ordinarily not prone to flood are experiencing flood nowadays. You first of all have to look at climate change, issues about climate change, which has affected the weather patterns and the magnitude of or the volume of rainwater, and that we cannot have much control over. The other side has to do with engineering, which I think we can do much better. There should be much more thought into our engineering processes that can help us collect the rainwaters and channel them into the ocean or the sea. And also the other side has to do with human attitude or attitudinal change, where we have to look at where to build and where not to build. Wetlands that are reserved for purposes of at least slowing down and receiving the rainwaters and releasing them gradually into the sea. We don't encroach onto them. And largely also waste management practices. You will observe that those of us during the time of the rain, some of us were privileged to join some of the teams to town to observe what was happening. You will observe that much of the rainwater flowing through the Odo is preceded by waste. A lot of waste, a lot of garbage in the plastic waste, which also hinders the free flow of the rainwater. So I think the problem is triangular. Triangular, and we need to tackle it from that perspective. We must start thinking about how do we develop policies and strategies to accommodate climate change. How do we re-engineer the city and our building, the built environment to respond to some of these challenges. And of course, public education and enforcement of the assembly bylaws on waste management should be able to help us find some solution to the challenge.
Absolutely.
Now let me say that searches at the Lands Commission or searches to which may reveal that you're actually dealing with a rightful owner of the land does not necessarily guarantee a safe building. The safe building, you need to look at the topography of the land. So the Lands Commission is not going to do that for you. The topography, we are looking at how the land lies. Is it a slopy area? Is it on the mountain? Is it on a mountainous area? Is it a low-lying area? All of these things feed into the drawings that the engineers or the draftsmen will give you. So it is important that just after conducting due diligence relative to title to the land, you don't just begin building because you have resources, so you just want to build. No, you need to do a lot more, consult professionals. Because one of the first steps to building after doing your due diligence is to submit your site plan to the draftsman. Or submit the site plan of the land to the draftsman. The purpose for it is that the draftsman look at the topography of the land and fashion your building such that it will be suitable for that land or that space. Some others, particularly if you are venturing into a commercial building, you may also have to engage other professionals who will do the soil analysis to be able to know the soil type there and the kind of building that the soil or the earth surface can hold. It is important that some of these technical aspects of your building is looked at. Of course, when these things are done, the engineers at the assembly level are also involved. When it comes to permits to build, because they also have to look at the drawings, look at the area, and look at the area plan, the planning area the plan for the area. And they will be able to give you professional advice as to how to engineer your building and the associated drainage systems, so that there can be adequate drainage to accommodate the rainwaters that may come.
So are there separate flood risk documents that one may request when you get to the Lands Commission to find out whether your land is in good hands?
The Lands Commission typically will not be able to give you any adequate information.
Okay.
When it comes to when you want to do flood risk analysis. This sits squarely within the special planning department of the Assembly.
Okay.
So, as I earlier mentioned, there should be some working relation between your engineers or your draftsmen and the municipal engineer or the district assembly engineer who will look at this, because they are on the ground. They know the terrain, so they should be able to offer you advice and provide you adequate information on that. This is a specialized area that the engineers in the built environment, civil engineers and the draftsmen would be able to look at. But typical of it is the landscape.
Okay.
They need to move to the land, look at the land, and then they engineer the building in such a way that the building can withstand some of these challenges. Of course, it is not only limited to your personal building, because the community at large is important. The development of the community, because if the entire community, everybody is building anyhow, you alone putting in measures will not suffice. Because other people's negligence can affect your property. So it is an entire engineering problem that I think the assemblies would have to step up the game and also look at re-engineering most of our communities. Landowners must also take some responsibility. There should be proper demarcations. Proper demarcations. You see a typical community where there's still, at least there is, after every 2 or so plots of land, there is a road. Then in between the rows, there is some feet or measurement of land that is left. So you don't build into those areas, so that those areas are reserved for drainage. The drainage should be able to connect each household, and then it flows down into the main drainage of the community that may collect the wastewater. So we may have to rely more on our engineers in this regard. But of course, we as individual developers, as individuals who are also trying to put up properties, must work in synergy with the engineering and planning authorities, so that our buildings are put up in accordance with the planning purpose of the assembly.
Right. Mr. Kasabo, we do see in our communities that buildings are put up without necessarily following the engineering expertise that you are outlining over here. And so we see people build into the 3 feet thing you just said. What happens if you find out that somebody is in that state or has built into the 3 feet or space they are supposed to live? What do you do?
Yes, typically the reserved or the reserve portion of that land is supposed to be managed by the assembly. So when somebody is building into an access road or a place earmarked for drainage, the first thing is to report to the municipal assembly. The municipal assembly has a task force that goes around and ensure that buildings are built according to the permits, because just issuing the permit or obtaining the permit is not enough. The permit is issued with terms and conditions. So if you are not complying with the terms and conditions of the permit, the engineering department or the special plan department of the assembly has a responsibility to enforce the law. So it's largely about enforcement.
Okay.
And what a citizen can do merely will be to report to the assembly, or since police is also concerned with protecting life and property, because what you may be doing may be endangering other people's lives and property. So you may also want to report to the police. The police will take it up and liaise with the assembly to ensure that the right things are done.
Right.
I think a couple of days ago there was a building collapse somewhere around Adenta, where I think we lost a life, and the message we received from the municipal assembly was that the permits issued to the developer wasn't to construct, I think, a 2 or 3 story. It was only a story or so.
Right.
But then he defied those orders, and then he did whatever. But the question was that it means you're not proactive. You don't sit down without coming intermittently to be checking exactly. But then you wait for a calamity or disaster to happen, and then they come and tell us that the permit issued to the man was not supposed for him, or he was not supposed to construct 3 stories or 4 stories. But then there is a loss of life. The person is dead now. You are now telling us that he's being sought after, and when he's apprehended, will be taken to court. Council, don't you think that from the part of the assembly, there are more proactive measures that could be put in place to ensure that we don't, experience or record such happenings when it comes to the checking of these permits that are issued to individuals who build or construct within areas?
Of course, one of the areas that I think all of us have failed is that we presume that human beings will be rational and do the right thing. But it is because human beings are predisposed to doing the wrong thing. That is why in every society we try to put in laws, regulations that will govern and guide our conduct. So once a permit is issued, reasonably it is expected that the person will go according to, but we are dealing with human beings.
Exactly.
We are predisposed to doing things that would serve our interest only without looking at the interest of the larger community. So that is why in between the permits, the issuance, the application for permit, the issuance of the permit, and then the post-permit phase, there should be monitoring of this development. Unfortunately, we may be hard on the assemblies, but those of us who work closely with them, you appreciate that most of the assemblies are handicapped. They don't have the resources, they don't have the manpower sometimes, and even the logistics to go around, the task force that will have to go around each time to monitor some of these things is not in place. Sometimes the task force exists, but the logistics to move about. Some of the assemblies are less endowed. They don't have the resources, the fueling, the vehicles, even the pickups, to be able to go around is a challenge. So I think there should be a holistic approach to some of these things. Much as we acknowledge that some of the officials, just like even in our own institutions, there are recalcitrant ones here and there, but we must blame with caution and ensure that we also provide them with the tools that are needed whilst we expect them to do the right thing. Of course, there should be monitoring and enforcement, which should accompany the permit process. We don't just issue the permit and then that is it. Of course, you know that sometimes even permits is issued based on the drawing you submit. But in the course of development, other people modify the structure. They modify the drawings and do different things. But that is not what you submitted. So even the modification and that is ordinarily you need to resort to the assembly for the approval for the modification and other things, because the drawings and the superstructure and that which you put on it is all considered during the permit stage, because a committee look at this, committee of experts look at this. So you don't do that. In my view, that may amount to misrepresentation, because you misrepresent fast to the assembly, you obtain permit, then you go and do otherwise. Other people submit document or drawings for only a single structure, and then or maybe a bungalow house, but they end up building 1 story or 2 story, which of course the foundation is not meant to accommodate that kind of load on it. And all of these things create problems, particularly when the building is exposed to such harsh weather as we are seeing. So I think we need to do more of the monitoring. We as individuals also must take personal responsibilities for our actions. We are missing out on, I say, our value system. Honesty, sincerity, and patriotism. We are missing out on this. And I think it is largely affecting all of us. Because the dishonest conduct of one person who may be an investor and probably is putting up that structure to accommodate tenants, apartment buildings, and tenants who invest in those structures end up being at the receiving end and at the suffering end. So we need to once again also revisit our own values, the values of honesty, sincerity, and patriotism. That we are doing this not just for ourselves, but for the good of our own country and for the good of our brothers and sisters that may be accommodated in some of these buildings.
Very well.
Aspo, let's look at the situation. The rains are here. Last Monday, we experienced very devastating records of, floods in our communities. Have there been an instance whereby a building has been given a valid permit, but later such building causes flooding in our communities? Have there been records of documentations of such?
Yes, of course. You realize that in my introduction I spoke about climate change. So the likelihood that all these human interventions may be in compliance with law. But when the nature calls, sometimes you can't contain it. But the key lesson here is that we must endeavor to do our very best, so that at least even when disasters of this nature occasioned by climate change comes, because we have put in compliance measures and we complied with the laws and did what is right, you see that it mitigates the effects. It mitigates the effects to a large extent, so that how we are suffering, of course, will not be experienced. During the last 24 hours disaster we've seen, you may think that you are not affected. Some of us who are church leaders, for example, we last night, that was Monday night, we couldn't sleep. Because, for example, I have to step out with my pastor in the rains and try to respond to calls of members of our church
who have been affected,
and have to organize to move them to places of safety. Fortunately, our church, the police church at the Tesano, the training school, is at a safe place. So we need to quickly mobilize members from outside Alajo and all those areas to house them in the church premises and the mission house and give them some relief. So it is not one man's problem. It affects all of us. And I think collectively we need to work towards a safe community. And I believe I listened to the president, the call of our president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, who have put in some policy measures. And I also listened to the Minister for the Interior responding to calls for some emergency meeting at the presidency to fashion out some drastic measures. We want to believe that these things would be accompanied with action, and then so that we can have a safe community to live in.
Right. That is so interesting. Okay, so if you are just joining the conversation, we have Assistant Superintendent of Police, Mr. Frank Katapo Esquire, who is the third in command at the property fraud unit at the CID headquarters. We are basically assessing the due diligence practices during construction in flood-prone areas. All right, Council, let's look at some of the common or most common fraudulent documents you will see related to land in the flood-prone areas. You know, people are ready to build, and during the dry season, landowners also take advantage, probably to whether to refill or present the land to be looking okay, and then they present documents to you. Quickly, you are told to develop your projects, and then you are free. But then, what are some of the fraudulent documents one may have to experience when it comes to purchasing a land in a flood-prone area?
The challenge is that when it comes to land acquisition, the investigation or due diligence is typically tilted towards title to the land and ownership.
Okay.
So most of us don't pay much attention to the earlier comment or remark I made about the topography of the land and the engineering of the community. It is something that we hardly pay attention to. So you may not necessarily see any document that you can classify as fraudulent relative to flood-prone areas. Because of course, the person is selling land to you or is granting you a piece of land. Your interest or his interest is that he has capacity to grant that land or is the actual owner of that land. And once you are satisfied with that, you are likely to agree and accept the offer and acquire that land. So you may not be able to decipher from the documents whether or not, because the person is not going to make any representation to you as to whether the land is flood prone or safe from flood. But like I said, the purchaser of the land, you also have a responsibility. Your responsibility is not only is not limited to investigating the title of the land or the ownership of the land. You have to go beyond. I remember our last episode, we spoke about physical inspection of the land. It is very important that when you are acquiring land, you do physical inspection of the land. You don't just negotiate or bargain for land without necessarily even knowing what you are bargaining for. So when you visit the land, you would observe that the area is either a low-lying area, it's a high-lying area, it's a mountainous area. All of these things feeds into your decision making. Of course, I always will advocate that this is the right time to acquire land.
The raining season.
Yes.
Wow.
This is the right time to inspect your land and know whether you are at a safe place or otherwise. The dry season you may not be able to know, but of course when you engaged professionals, they are able to tell. Particularly the civil engineers, the surveyors, they are able to see. They will look at the topography of the area and will be able to tell you that there's a challenge. But apart from that, when you also do physical inspection and you follow up with some form of interview with neighbors, the people who live there have a lot of information to give you. They're able to tell you the challenges of the area so that you will be armed and advise yourself accordingly.
Right.
Yeah. Yes, I think we are learning a lot because, and I am sure that we probably are encountering some of these difficulties because the services of the experts, we see them to be very expensive. And so we don't want to go in for them. Yes, and then by so doing, we get off and then do our normal thing. But I believe that it is better you pay for that expertise opinion once and for all than for you to just
cut corners and then go ahead and do whatever
later you'll be facing difficulties of such which would really end you spending a lot more than you would have. So viewers who are watching us should take a cue from this, that let's get expertise opinion when we want to construct anything. It will save us a lot of money in the future.
Yeah, Council. Typically in a rainy season, if construction happens to go on, what will be some of the red flag indicators demonstrating that the developer is trying to cut corners on erosion control, on drainage on a particular land?
Of course, the building and the built environment is not only the structure that you see we put up. A lot more goes into building a home or a house, if you may. Rightly observed by my sister here, you need to involve the experts.
Yeah.
You see, sometimes the fees of the experts are not much.
Okay.
If you negotiate, they are human. They are there to serve society.
Yeah.
Most of them don't even charge as much.
Yeah.
You end up paying more when you rely on people who don't have the technical know-how. Believe you me.
Yeah, because they mislead you.
Because they are doing try and error.
Yeah.
You see, even the building itself, the mixing of the concrete, the mixing of your mortar, it goes, a lot of tax goes into it.
Okay.
It's technology.
Yeah.
So if the person you have engaged, a foreman, we just say, oh, he's a foreman and it's a mason.
Yeah.
Of course, they have a role to play. But the person supervising them must be a person who has some level of expertise and certified to be able to build a facility for you. Because the engineering work involves a lot of expertise. The material that they use, the quantity of the material is also key. Because when the right quantities, the right materials are used, sometimes it withstand some of these challenges. You realize that some buildings, even though the water may gather around it or the flood may be affected by flood, but they are able to withstand for at least 24, 48 hours for the flood waters to recede. But others, they give in so quickly. It tells you about the quality of material and the engineering that went into the development of this. So the key thing is that let's engage our professionals.
Right.
The fees are not that much. Professional services saves you much more than anything, because mind you are building is expensive.
Exactly.
It is an investment that technically would outlive you. So put in much. Ensure the right things are done so that you can have your peace. Of course, you do your part if natural disasters happen, like we are seeing
climate change,
climate change and other things. That one you don't have much control over it. But of course, I think it is also a call for the built industry to start thinking about environmentally friendly materials that we need to use in our housing industry. We may have to start thinking of moving away from the traditional technologies that we know and start thinking about technologies and environmental friendly materials that can accommodate climate change and ensure that we have a safe place to live. Because housing is key. It is actually a human rights issue. Right to property, right to housing, it is key. And our country is a signatory to most of these international instruments. And we should be seen to be doing much more. Whilst we are looking at closing the housing deficit, we should also be looking at the materials and the climate friendly materials that we need to use in our built environment, which will help all of us safeguard our investments in the long run.
Right.
Thank you so much, Council. All right, so we've said that this show is streaming live on all our social media platforms, precisely on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube, on X. At this moment, I want us to read some messages that have come through on our live streaming on Facebook. And then if there are some questions, our abled Council would answer them before he takes leave of us. All right, so this one is a message coming from Ibrahim Intido, he says, Happy New Month to everyone. Happy New Month to you, Ibrahim. Thank you for the message. And then Ras Ebo says that Happy New Month. Happy New Month, Ras, for the message. Raymond Decoder Range Rover says that good morning, Happy New Month to you all. We are grateful once again. Good morning to you, Raymond, for the message as well. And then Kofi GH says that good morning, my favorite morning breakfast show on TV. Watching you live. Thank you so much, Kofi GH. And then Raymond says that a word of applause to the Ashanti Regional Police Command for apprehending those drug peddlers at Mankranso. Thank you so much, Raymond, for the message. And then this message says that, and this one is a question. It says, who bears the legal responsibility if a building with a valid permit later causes flooding to the neighborhood? Yes, but I think council has made mention that if the flooding occurs as a result of climate change, it is a natural phenomenon, and you have little to do in terms of its control.
Right.
But then if they are caused by, if the flooding is caused by human-induced activities, that is where. But so I don't know where to position this particular question, whether the flooding may be caused by a natural phenomenon or by human activities. He wants to find out if who will be the bearer of the legal responsibility if the building with a valid permit later causes flooding in the particular community or neighborhood.
One would say that once a permit is issued, that means the building is so licensed to be placed there.
Exactly.
So once a permit is issued, then in my view, the responsibility may shift to the assembly, the officer who issued the permit. But of course, it is subject to investigation to find out whether the building is properly situated at where it is supposed to be situated. But of course, once a permit is issued and it is investigated and permit is properly issued, then the owner of that building cannot be held accountable for any flood.
Okay.
But of course, we need to also look at whether or not the building was put up in accordance with the permit regime, the terms and conditions of the permit. If you are permitted to put up a chamber and hall as per your drawings, but you end up putting up a one-story building, which occupy more space than what you submitted, which may have resulted in the flooding, then of course you can't say that because you were granted permit for a chamber and hall building, so therefore the responsibility shift to the assembly. So a lot of factors would have to be looked at, and the addition or determination will be made.
Also, a quick one before Sergeant Bosi continue. Granted that the permit was given in accordance with the standard policies, and the natural disaster comes in, of course, you cannot do anything, but does the developer or the owner stand to gain any form of compensation, and from whom?
No, in my personal opinion, no. The assembly exists to give you permits because one, they want to ensure that your building complies with the planning of the area. One, and to ensure that you are not building a waterways. Two, to ensure that you are not building a public space reserved for public amenities. And you are not building on a proposed road or access road. Once these things are, firmed up, you are responsible for your building. That is why it is important that, of course, in our part of the world, we are not that much interested in procuring insurance products. That is why every building house owner, we may have to also start thinking about insurance policies, because building alone is not enough. You need to secure your building, you need to secure your investment. So you are responsible for your building to the extent that if the assembly gives you permit and you comply with the permit regime and you put up your house, and you don't have control over natural disasters, it does happen. It is for you to take an insurance policy to cover you. Just like any other person, when you acquire a vehicle, you want to insure it either by way of comprehensive or third party, depending on your risk. And it's a matter of choice.
Exactly.
So if I choose to go by way of comprehensive because I want to shift that risk to an insurance company, so that in the event of loss, the insurance company will take sole responsibility and reimburse me with the value of the vehicle. The same thing applies to households or buildings. There are insurance companies that specialize in the built environment. So you secure your house. When you approach them, they have various products that may be tailored for your purpose. So it's a matter of choice. If you do not insure your home and it happens, then of course you bear the responsibility. But of course we live in a welfare state.
Okay.
So you realize that the government has already even advised, announced that there is some package, welfare package to help alleviate the challenges of the flood victims. That is what a welfare state does. But of course, look at the numbers. How much can be given you alone? Of course, the little that government can do, because government doesn't also have all the resources.
Absolutely,
So we must also take some proactive measures to insure our properties, so that in situations like this, the insurance companies may come to our aid and provide some relief.
All right. Okay, so we still have another message coming through on our WhatsApp line, and there's a message coming from Nana. It's inside the United Kingdom watching us live. It says, "Good morning, GH Police TV. Please, we bought a land from my mother's friend about 20 years ago. As at that time, my mother paid 1,500 Ghana cedis and the schnapp. Fast forward, after the man died, the son is now telling us that the land that his father sold to us about 2 years ago is not legitimate because the amount we claim to have paid is not enough to buy a piece of land. Currently, the son is fighting us on the land. What should we do? Please ask ASP for me." This one is from Nana inside United Kingdom. Hey.
All right, good morning, Nana. And I think if the facts you've narrated is anything to go by, and I'm careful because I don't have the full facts.
Exactly.
But if I have to rely on only your side of the story, if indeed your mother acquired the property at the time the person who is worrying you father had capacity to grant you the property, then you acquired the land legitimately.
Right.
Change in the circumstance of the vendor or the circumstance of the one who sold you the property should not in any way affect the interest you have acquired. So first of all, the first question to ask is, what interest did you acquire? What interest did your mother acquire? Is it a lease that your mother acquired? When we say a lease, we are talking about renter for a period of time. If that period has not expired, the gentleman who probably inherits the father has no business interfering with your peaceful enjoyment of the property. Because you also have to ask whether the father granted you the property in his personal capacity. Was the property the father's property, personal property, or perhaps the father was the head of family. Or the father was the chief.
Okay.
So you need to look at all of this.
Right.
If the father was the chief occupant of the stool and the property is a stool property, the son has no authority. Because the stool is considered as a legal person. So the fact that the father was the occupant does not mean that the stool does not exist.
Exactly.
Somebody else would have to inherit the father by way of installing a new chief or whoever. And once you are a new chief, there's nothing in land acquisition that new chief, new law. No, because it is the stool that granted the land. Your father only sat on the stool to grant that land. If it is a family property, it is the family that granted the land, not necessarily the family head. So if it is the family that granted and the stool that granted the land, then of course any other person claiming through that stool or claiming through that family cannot, in my wildest imagination, say that they are coming to repossess the land because the value you paid 20 years ago could not afford land today. No. The flip side is that how about the value you paid 20 years ago, if they were to be paying interest for you for the last 20 years, would they be able to pay? In my view, that will amount to conflicting grant of land, because the same family cannot seek to re-grant you the land, or the same school cannot seek to re-grant you the land when the tenancy arrangement had not expired. On the flip side, if the gentleman does not even have capacity, because it's not automatic that if my father is a head of family, I also become a head of family. It's not also automatic that my father was a chief, so automatically I become a chief. For all you know, the gentleman is just on the errand of his own and can be treated properly. His conduct can be treated properly under Section 12 of the Land Act, which may be classified as interfering with legitimate owner of interfering with the possession of a legitimate owner of the land, which can be dealt with. And when found culpable, the punishment is quite dire. So I advise you report him to the police.
All right. Okay. Nana, in the UK, I believe this one is an appropriate response to your question. In other words, you can just come through at the property fraud unit here at the CID headquarters for further clarification and any assistance. We are here 24 hours to help you out on these particular matters. So please, if you have anybody to represent you in Accra, just make your way to the CID headquarters property fraud unit, and then this issue will be sorted except by way of petition. Yes. So once you petition the Director General CID, it will be directed to the appropriate quarter, and then your matter will be resolved. All right, Salintes?
Yes, we have one here on our WhatsApp page, and this is coming from Ernest Dankwa. He asked, if I buy a land during dry season and during rainy season, I realize the place is not good, can I go for my money from the owner, or can I report the person to the police? Yes, that's all. So this is Ernest's question.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes and no in the sense that, you see, we mentioned that as a purchaser of land, you have a responsibility to
physical inspection,
due diligence. So if you fail to conduct due diligence and subsequent events, change the situation. You wouldn't say the landowner has defrauded you. Because to say somebody has defrauded you, the person must have made representations. Relative to the present. The present, not the future. The present. So the representations the person made to the present, is it factual? Is it false? Or whether or not the person knew at the time of giving you the land that the place is a flooded area, and made representations to you that is not a flooded area. You remember I mentioned that when we are acquiring, and most of us, we are just tilted towards investigating the title. So you may not even be able to explain that at the time of acquiring, the person made representation to you that is giving you a flood-prone land. The person can only guarantee you that I'm the owner of the land. You understand? So these are learning curves that I think going forward, one of the things we should be looking at when you're acquiring land, enter into contract of sale. And let the person make undertaking in the contract of sale to say that the land is giving you is making representation that is flood-proof. It's not a flood-proof area. And he's taking personal responsibility in the event that it is a flood-proof area. He would refund your money with interest. But I think recovering your money, that one, yes, because you may have to go to a civil forum. It's not necessarily a criminal matter. Because you may have to argue that the land he gave you is not fit for purpose. And so you want to recover your money, and probably with interest, and probably with some breach of contract. If indeed during the negotiations he made any representation, and the representation is material. The representation is material. To the extent that you relied on that representation, assuring you that it's not a flooded area, and for which representation you rely on to part with money. Those can be looked at in a civil forum. But strictly speaking, to say subsequent events
have led to
the person.
Exactly.
I'm struggling to see any criminal conduct on that.
Right, understand.
Particularly so if the land is registered in the person's name.
The person's name. From ASP, you're supposed to do your own due diligence as well, right? So that you don't fall victim to some of these things.
But
right?
so as for will you advise that in as much as you want to purchase a land, you go to the extreme of getting what you just talked about, an undertaking from the landowner, give you the assurance that once you purchase the land, and then I know that I'm giving you a land that is bereft of any any issue. So I'm very certain that this land is good for whatever purpose you want to use it for. So contrary to whatever thing I'm giving you, in a form of a warranty, you may come back and I may refund your money. Is it important that we push these landowners when they're as a purchaser for them to get something drafted on paper, to tie them down, and then when I buy the land and then I'm deceived, I may go the civil forum as you have advised?
Well, it is important. You see, land transaction is contractual. So it is based on your bargaining power.
Okay.
If I'm buying anything, I must bargain and bargain well to protect my interest.
Absolutely.
That is why it is important that in every land transaction there should be at the negotiation stage some document of expressing the intentions of the parties. That is what we call the contract of sale. Because it is in the contract of sale that you can put in your best foot forward, what you bargain for, the responsibilities of the buyer, the responsibilities of the purchaser, and the terms and conditions. All of these things can be factored in. Of course, if the purchaser, if I am the buyer, I'm also not comfortable making representation to you because I cannot anticipate 3-4 years down the line what may happen, and you want me to sign, I may also be hesitant.
Exactly.
So it is a bargaining power that you have to exercise. If you all agree and you agree to the terms that this is the way to go, you sign, he signs with the consequences clearly stated in the agreement. Because a lot will have to be factored. For example, if you take possession of the land and you have been living there for the past 5 years, no flood, and the 6-year flood has come, will you say that because flood has come on the 6th, I'm revisiting?
Exactly.
So it is not that a straightforward matter. But of course, some of these guarantees, some of these undertakings or warranties can be put into the contract of sale. And it gives you some comfort.
Right. That is well understood. So, Council, let's come back. Tell us about your book title, Land Fraud Investigation in Ghana.
Yes, thank you. That is the title of the book, and Land Fraud Investigation in Ghana. This book is born out of the experience gathered so far over 2 decades of law enforcement, combined law enforcement and legal practice. We have noticed, the CID administration in particular, noticed that the confidence in land investigation is challenged at the, permit me to say, at the local police station level. Because you would understand that at the CID headquarters we have specialized units. So the property fraud unit is one of the specialized units, and we have all the expertise here. So ordinarily the police officer at the district level, at the police station level, may not necessarily be much equipped with this expertise. Of course, basic investigation, once you are a detective, you are given the tools and the skills to conduct basic investigation, but land investigation is an elevated field of investigation. So we look at it and thought it wise to come up with this handbook, which is to help all of us look at what we can do when we are investigating land fraud or land property fraud related offenses. It's a detailed material with well researched, with a lot of pointing you to a lot of resources, even beyond the book, and also guiding not just the investigator, but the supervisors, the crime officers, and to guide us to inspire confidence. Because one of the key things about property fraud investigation is not just the investigation.
Yeah.
It is the management of the investigation process.
Okay.
Because you are dealing with property right issues.
Yeah.
And property right issues invokes a lot of emotions, a lot of interests. So you need to manage this. And you should be seen to be neutral. Your pronouncements, your engagements with the people, your posturing even as a supervisor or as an investigator should give some comfort to the individual who is dealing with you that yes, is receiving justice. So that at the end of the day, the product or the outcome of the investigation is acceptable. Of course, it's not everybody who will accept because there are property right issues, but of course, once the outcome is empirical, the outcome is based on the facts and the evidence gathered, then we are able to enforce it. We are able to enforce it, particularly so when the outcome establishes that Mr. A is the legal proprietor or registered owner of a piece of land. Once that has been established, the duty now is on us because our duty is to protect life and property. So we need to protect that property until a court of competent jurisdiction establishes otherwise. So we have taken time to outline some of these things. Of course, the caveat is that in the book, you would come to across that it is not our mandate to determine ownership. Unfortunately, most of us fall into this as investigators and supervisors and make certain pronouncements which rather goes to muddy the waters. So the book provides sufficient guide to our investigators, and of course also it highlights some of the gaps that fraudsters engage in when you are analyzing land documents. So it gives some pointers as investigators whenever you're analyzing land documents, what to look for and where to look at. And also in the course of the investigation, where to seek help. Because land investigation, like I said, is a technical area. And it is not within the knowledge of the police only to be able to arrive at a decision. At a point, you need to fall on the technical expertise of others. For example, I am not a surveyor. Although with my long years of practice, both as a legal practitioner and as a certified fraud examiner, I have some basic understanding of surveying. I have basic understanding of reading the site plan. But at a certain point, I need to consult. So we have given pointers who to consult, which institutions to consult, because of course, whoever or the institution you are going to consult also must have credibility. So you need to consult institutions that are credible, that are independent, and that their decisions or opinion are verifiable. So we have given pointers in the book in this regard. And also we have outlined practical steps from the onset of the receipt of a complaint through the investigation stage, practical steps that an investigator or supervisor must take to ensure that we deliver justice. And we are not only interested in the delivery of justice, and I must emphasize that the Director General CID is very keen on this, not just to deliver justice, but in the entire justice delivery process. We should be able to inspire confidence in the process, inspire confidence in the police, so that the outcome is credible, the outcome is acceptable, and the outcome can stand the test of judicial scrutiny.
Wow. I think you and I will have to get a copy of this book.
Definitely, I'm going to get one myself.
Yeah, you know, just flipping through the pages, I'm seeing some of the institutions that Council just made mention of. The Lands Commission. Yeah, the Metropolitan Municipal.
The book is
so that's a copy of the book on your short And viewers who are watching us, that is this one is a book authored by our very own Mr. Frank Katapo Esquire, Assistant Superintendent of Police, then in command at the Property Fraud Unit, CID headquarters. I've not read extensively into the books or the pages though, but then flipping through, it tells you that it is loaded with details. And this one is stemming out of research, as he has said. And so I may not be an investigator, into land for a property or something, but then I'm interested to read this book.
Right.
Just to accustom myself with the knowledge. Because there are some basic questions that, as I said earlier, that you'll be receiving or to be coming to your front by individuals who may know you to be a police officer. And I do not want to embarrass myself when I have no knowledge of these basic questions, you understand? So once you read them, you are able to advise the appropriate quarter they need to, go to and then seek redress. So it is a fantastic book.
Right. Yeah. But I just want to find out, is it accessible to everybody or is it just for the police officers?
It is accessible to everybody. Most of the things the episodes we've had here have been discussed in there. For example, the land owning entities, who owns land, is extensively discussed there. Who can grant land is discussed there. Family lands, school lands, state lands, individual lands, and who has capacity to grant state land, who has capacity to grant family land, who has capacity to grant school land. They are all discussed there with advices from the purchaser's point of view and from the investigator's point of view, what to look out for. It is a book that anybody who is interested in conducting due diligence is a material good for you. So it's not only made for our investigators or supervisors, but also for others who are interested in conducting due diligence, other property investigators. It gives you a lot of pointers and what to look out for. Key also is, for example, an individual who is purchasing land. It tells you about our last discussion here, the land and the site plan. Yes, extensively discussed there with practical examples that can guide you over there. We also discuss litany of land documents that you are likely to come by. A lot of land documents that and their import and their legal significance have been discussed. They are all in there that can guide you. So it's good to acquire knowledge. It is available to everybody who when you love reading, it's good for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Sanitas, our revered viewer, Nana Osei Mensah, who typically watches us live from Massachusetts in the United States of America, is currently in Columbus, Ohio, in the United States of America. He's asking that, GH Police TV, please, where can I get a copy of the book to buy? So Nana Osei, please contact us. The book is available here at the CID headquarters, but then once you are out of Ghana, we'll sit down and contrive means of getting you a copy. Even if it will take us to get you a shipped copy, we'll do that. Because this one is a must-read book. It is not only meant for police officers, but then everybody at all. It's about knowledge acquisition. It will help you. And basically, if you want to acquire any property within Ghana, these books are there, and then it's going to help you to gain knowledge, first-hand knowledge, not to get yourself into any difficulty or problem with anybody at all. So please, once you are done with the show, we'll get in touch with you, and then will help you because you are outside Ghana. You are not in Ghana. So we'll get you.
Yes, and to add to that, currently we are working with the Ghana Library Authority to make the e-copies available online. So we are trying to finish it with the arrangement. Once that is done, wherever you are, you can access the e-copy as well. But for now, it's the hard copies that
is available.
So I think there was a question I was about to ask him from Mohineba Hamdek. He wanted to find out if there's a digital access to it. So I think
that is being worked on.
It's being worked on. So once they are done with it, you would get access to it wherever you find yourself.
So there are two messages coming in on our live streaming on Facebook. This one is from Raymond Decoder Range Rover. He says some of us are law abiding, but our problem is that we need big rubbish containers to dump refuse. We've heard you, Raymond. And then he says that if I have land beside my neighbor who has upgraded his land at a certain level, so anytime it rains, my house becomes waterlogged or flooded, can I report him for causing a flood in my house? Watching you live from Tema Community 4. So, Council, this one is asking, he says that if I have a land beside my neighbor who has upgraded his land at a certain level, so anytime it rains, my house becomes waterlogged. Can I report him for causing flood in my house?
Of course, I mean, the first point, of course, should be the district assembly.
Okay.
They will come and look at the situation and fashion a solution for you, and give certain directives to your neighbor to redirect the wastewaters from your compound. If that did not work, water collecting from your neighbor's house into your compound to some extent can also amount to trespass. But that will not be a criminal trespass. It will be a civil trespass.
Civil trespass. All right.
So you may also have recourse to a civil redress in the court and seek for injunctive orders that the court may grant you. So trespass is not the physical incursion of your land, but things that are in control of your neighbor, which they unleash into your compound to disturb your possession, can also constitute trespass. So, but our advice, because you are neighbors, don't go the litigation way first. Approach the district assembly. They will come and do the inspection and then fashion a solution. If that did not work, you may want to escalate it by way of a lawsuit.
All right. So Raymond, that is a response from Council ASP Mr. Frank Katapu Esquire with the question you just asked. All right. So those are the questions coming through on our Facebook live stream. Do you have any other one?
No.
Okay. No. So then, Council, finally, your final words to our viewers before we call it a day.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity once again. So the book currently is available at the front desk of the CID headquarters. It is also available at the property fraud unit. It is also available on demand for delivery. We run delivery services within Accra.
All right.
If you are in Accra and you want it delivered to you, it can be delivered to you. The cost is just 150 cedis. We try to peg it just so that everybody can have access. 150 Ghana cedis. But if we are delivering to you, it's at an additional cost, the delivery fee to you. So if you don't want to come to any of the sale points and you want a delivery, you can call us on the 0242 664956, 0242 664956. We will deliver at your doorstep at a fee. And let me take the opportunity again to thank you for hosting me, and also to thank my supervisors and superiors for always giving me the opportunity to represent them and share knowledge with the public. Let's keep ourselves safe, our viewers. The weather is still not clear. Let's heed to the advisory that is coming from the Ministry of Interior, the advisory notes coming from the police and other security agencies. Let's keep ourselves and be our neighbors' keeper, and also observe safety tips that are being put up so that we can all remain safe. And we pray that God will continue to guide our step and keep our mother Ghana safe. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Council. We're also grateful for your time. That was ASP, Assistant Superintendent of Police, Mr. Frank Katapu Esquire, third in command at the Property Fraud Unit CID headquarters. Once again, let me germinate the number he mentioned if you want to call for to seek clarity on this book. 0242 664956. 0242 664956. Copies of the book is available at the CID headquarters reception, and also at the Property Fraud Unit here at the CID as well. We also have delivery service ongoing, so right at the comfort of your home or even in your offices, you can just place a call, and then the book will be delivered to you at a cost of the delivery as well. So that is it with our a big conversation on the show today, where we looked into assessing the due diligence practices when it comes to construction in flood-prone areas, especially in the season of unending floods. And we're joined by our own revered legal luminary, ASP, Mr. Frank Katapu Esquire. All right, so we are going for another break. When we return, we'll take time and celebrate our first day July bonds today, because today happens to be 1st July 2026, and it is a happy Republic Day. So it's a Republic birthday celebration with our birthday celebrants. Stay on, we'll be right back.
aware an invisible eye is watching you? Have you ever had an altercation with a police officer about a road traffic offense where you felt you were right? Have you ever lost a loved one due to a breach of a road traffic regulation as a motor rider? Do you always obey road traffic regulations? Do you know that driving on the shoulders of the road is an offense? How has your general experience with the police officers on our roads been like? It is for these and other reasons that the Ghana Police Service, in collaboration with the Ministry of Interior, National Road Safety Authority, the DVLA, and other stakeholders, have come up with an initiative to ensure sanity on our roads and prevent road accidents. TrafficTech GH is an automated system introduced by the Ghana Police Service to enforce road traffic regulations. The system uses cameras and sensors to enforce road traffic regulations. So you see, police invisible eyes are watching. Pew!
I'm DSP.
Hello.
Hello, Nana Joa.
Hey, only I'm a tongue catcher.
What is saying?
Namia do more, but on away.
I know a mega yo-yo. I was schoolmate.
What's one catcher?
Hey, it's a sad year. It's a Macupi or Canada.
Wow.
When you be up, and you put in a share number every week. Company no air pay and my 4 or Canada. Now, she share a woman is say, company no bit ya a more half. Now, pay man switch you have 80,000. And to no sana at
Mama, Madam Subia could be Canada. The name is Noboga. What's the opinion about a good year to man say? Miss meeting me free Ghana about the coming more Canada. Oh, no, say, no one in the say, company no. Or moving to your sick, or moving to your half, not to make to your half. Into the million more woman home.
Nana, you want to the other. Say, in Papanuphobia or Maba. Or Baba Catcher will say, or Canada. And then say, or France, Embo, Abuchin, Kuna, Caribbean. Now, Catcher will say, Aquanaba, Inti, Aquanian, agent, our Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, and answer Burkina Faso, Inti Fao. Now, we know Grata, the Honor with you, and over Canada, and answer France, and answer Abuchin, Kuna. Now, make us out there, sing blue, and drop. Hey, you go do back. Or bet you wash it then. Or bet you lose again now. We can't get the queen already. We are what for so. Or bet so it is a want to suspend when you grab. Hey, now, say you go in now for 1 plan. Come back to some 1 million. You can't bet my woman, you bet my you bet my woman, bet you buy your papa. And you are known for some. Let me to Ghana for you. Mama Maninda, Mama Uncle Tossa and Pabonini, and then Paboni from Effidim.
Thank you so much, and then thanks for staying with us. You're welcome back from that break. It is still the Safe Star Show on GH Police Television. This is where you stay informed, you stay ahead, you stay safe. All right, folks, it is birthday time. This is where we celebrate some amazing people who are celebrating an incredible journey. And so we are going to take time to share in their excitement and their joy. But before that, big shout outs going out to policewoman Corporal Mabel Obri-Yeboah. You work at the protocol office here at the National Police Headquarters. You're always tuning in, watching us live on GH Police Television. Another good morning going out to Marine Police Commander, Harbour Police Station, Superintendent of Police, Mr. Charles Osei, your Station Officer, Chief Inspector, Mr. Osei Boapia, with the CID side, and then big shout outs going out to the Central East Regional Public Relations Officer, Deputy Superintendent of Police, Mr. Victor Kofidosu, and the entire CID team at the Regional Headquarters, Central East. Policewoman Chief Inspector, Gracie Udruwa Boatin. Big ups for the wonderful job you guys are doing. All right. So production, if the producer list is ready, let's have our birthday celebrants on the screen. Let's go. Okay. So our first birthday wish goes out to policewoman DSP, that is the Deputy Superintendent of Police, Madam Doris Opon Asante, also known as Chimudehima. So you are the Director Auto Theft Unit at the CID headquarters. This wish is coming from your husband, Mr. Boachi, your siblings, Hannah, Priscilla, Richmond, Linda, Joyce, the children, and the entire family. And their message is that happy birthday to the woman who truly does it all. Whether you are leading your team with excellence, being a wife, or being the most incredible big sister, you handle every challenge with such grace and strength. We are all so immensely proud of your service and dedication. So happy birthday going out to DSP Madam Doris Opon Asante, also known as Chimudehima. She is the Director Auto Theft Unit, CID headquarters. Do have a fantastic day, madam, as you celebrate your birthday today. You are very fortunate. 1st July. Happy Republic Day birthday celebrants. Another happy birthday going out to Cadet Officer Mr. Bernard Mensah of Police Academy, and also known as Nana Kwesi Owusu II. You are the Chief of Seshi Adiembra and the Chidomhene of Seshi Bonzan Traditional Area. This wish is coming from your family and loved ones, as well as all Course 54 cadet officers, and their message is that an all year through celebration, Nana, have a glorious birthday. So happy birthday to you, Cadet Officer Mr. Bernard Mensah of Police Academy, and also known as Nana with the I think the Seshi area. So Nana Onkwaso Piao, yes. So Seshi Adiembra, Chief of Seshi Adiembra, do have a fantastic day. Say, I celebrate your birthday today. All right, another happy birthday going out to ADO1, Mr. Eric Kwesi Ata Ewudi. Yes, you are with the Headquarters Substation Safety Department, Ghana National Fire Service. This wish is coming from my very own self, and then your twin sister, Essie, here at the CID headquarters. And our message is that may the good Lord continue to bless, strengthen, and protect you from your family, friends, and colleagues. So happy birthday going out to you, ADO1. Yes, you are with the Ghana National Fire Service Substation headquarters. Another happy birthday going out to Policewoman Lance Corporal Esther Esi Atta Ewudi. So Esi Atta is a twin.
Okay.
So the earlier birthday wish happens to be her twin brother.
Okay.
Yeah. So Esi works at the CID headquarters crime scene. This wish is coming from my very own self, your family, friends, and colleagues. And our message is that may the good Lord continue to bless, strengthen, and protect you. Happy birthday to you, Esi Atta Ewudi Esther, Policewoman Lance Corporal with the CID crime scene. Do have an amazing day. Another happy birthday to our very own brother, Chief Inspector Alvin Vanderpoy. Yeah, you are in charge IT department at the police hospital. This wish is coming from Cadet Officer Bonzi, Daniel Kwamina of the Police Academy Medical Records Department, and staff of the IT unit of the police hospital, and by extension, all of us here at GH Police Television. And our message is that may the good Lord continue to bless, strengthen, and protect you. Enjoy the fruitfulness of this addition. So, Chief Vanderpoy, if you are planning of having any birthday party, please, you can't afford to forget us here at the Public Affairs Directorate. And by extension, your very own brother, Chief Inspector Joseph Sefa, also wishes you well on this particular day. So do have an amazing day, bro, as you celebrate your birthday. Happy birthday to you, Chief Inspector Alvin Vanderpoy. Right, there's still love in the air, live on the Safe Star Show. This one is a happy birthday wish going out to my senior brother, Chief Inspector Mr. Joseph Awuga Amuzu. This one is a belated happy birthday. In fact, yesterday was his birthday. He's with the airport police station here in Accra. And our message is that may your heart's desires be fulfilled, Chief Amuzu. So happy birthday to you, belated one, to Chief Inspector Joseph Awuga Amuzu with Airport Police Station here in Accra. Yesterday was your birthday. Do have an amazing week, sir, as you celebrate your birthday. Right. May God be with you. Another happy birthday wish going out to General Corporal Frimpong Eric. Yes, so Eric Frimpong is the driver to the Director General Public Affairs, Deputy Commissioner of Police, Madam Grace Ansa Akrofi. Right. And so this one is a wish. As you can see in your shot, this man is just dropping down or touching down in Ghana from the UK. So he has a lot of pound sterling on him. Definitely. So this one is a wish coming from our boss, Director General Public Affairs Directorate, DCOP, Madam Grace Ansa Akrofi, and the entire Public Affairs Directorate of the Ghana Police Service. And the message is that may this new season bring you greater heights, good health, and continued success in all your endeavors. remain richly blessed and fulfilled in the year ahead. So happy birthday to you, General Corporal Eric Frimpong, the driver to the Director General Public Affairs Directorate and of the Ghana Police Service as well. Do have a fantastic day as you celebrate your birthday. We're also waiting for the party, to cheer you on and then celebrate in grand style.
And
happy birthday to you. And then give us some, snippets of the pound sterling. You can't afford to just enjoy. Exactly. That's all you need.
That's all we need.
More cash. Yeah. So Frimpong, you have a huge responsibility on your shoulders. You have a fantastic day as you celebrate your birthday today, bro. All right. Another happy birthday to this stunning and gorgeous detective policewoman sergeant, Amina Kombate Danbete. Yes, you are with the Tesano Divisional CID here in Accra. And this wish is coming from Mariam Kombate Tamale Teaching Hospital and the entire Kombate family. And their message is that may the Lord, or may the good Lord surround you with his endless love and favor. May he grant you good health and protect you wherever you go. Doors of blessings be opened unto you that no one can shut. And may your heart desires, or may your heart always find peace. So happy birthday to you, Detective Policewoman Sergeant Amina Kombate Danbete. You are with the Tesano Divisional CID here in Accra. Do have an amazing birthday today as you celebrate your birthday. It is a Republic Day birthday celebrant live on air. All right, Sergeant Tess, please do take over with the rest of the birthday wishes as well.
Republic birthday celebrants who are having their birthday today are really blessed.
Yeah.
Really opening the month with a special birthday wish. So a happy birthday going to Chief Inspector Abdullahi Tahiru. This was coming from Chief Inspector Opare. You are with the IUCID. And the message to you is wishing you the very best in life, long life, good health, prosperity, and continued success. It is your birthday, Chief Inspector, today. You are fortunate to start the month with such celebration. Do have a fantastic celebration. Stay safe and always remember that God has your back. Happy birthday to you, Chief Inspector Abdullahi Tahiru of the CID Department. Right, still celebrating birthday of family and loved ones. This is going to Policewoman Inspector Eunice Inti. You are with the Intelligence and Fraud Unit, Accra International Airport. And this is coming from all the officers of the Intelligence and Fraud Unit. That is Konsuka International Airport and Sergeant of Air Ansa. The message to you is wishing you a fantastic year filled with joy and success. May this year bring you happiness, good health, and many more achievements. Happy birthday to you, Inspector Eunice Inti. It is your day. Do have a fantastic celebration. Chill out and stay safe. Happy birthday going to Lance Corporal Bridget Odruwa. You are with the Regional Logistics Office in the Eastern North Region. May your heart desires be fulfilled. And this is coming from PW Inspector Henrietta Owusu Ejay. So happy birthday to you, Lance Corporal Bridget Odruwa of the Regional Logistics Office in the Eastern North Region. In fact, you are the Regional Logistics Officer at the Eastern North Region. So happy birthday to you, Bridget Odruwa. Stay safe. It's a Republic birthday. I'm sure you're pushing everything to Friday. Yes. So stay safe, bro, as you enjoy your birthday. Still celebrating with family and loved ones. This is a happy birthday wish going to Lance Corporal Lillian Ajua Tufo of Asokwa Station. This is coming from family, friends, and colleagues. And their message to you is a sister like none other, a dutiful daughter, and an honorable friend. You are all sorts of amazing, and your personality is top-notch. Do not change for all the rice in China. Ajua, I think Ajua loves rice.
I know, right?
Have a wonderful birthday and enjoy. Ajua, so do have a wonderful birthday today. Enjoy.
Ajua rice.
Yes.
And today we are going to eat the best of rice in town.
In fact, do not change.
Absolutely.
The saying, do not change. So stay safe, sis, as you enjoy your milestone, a remarkable one today. Happy birthday to you. We actually share with friends and families and wishing you the best of today. Happy birthday, Lillian. Right, so we're still celebrating the birthdays of colleagues. And this is a happy birthday to Constable Owusu Yao Konto with the Regional Only Room, Kaswa Central Region. And this is from your senior man, Police Officer Bryce. The message is, experience an enjoyable birthday as your smile. Keep winning in all your endeavors, bro. Happy birthday to you, Constable Owusu Yao Konto. Stay safe as you mark this milestone of your life. Right, so that will be all for the projected ones, but Sergeant Boris, I have one here which I'd want to wish. So this is a belated happy birthday actually going to little Amado Dua Asari. And this is coming from your parents, Inspector Abednego Asari Dodu and Anna Apia of Ejumako District Headquarters. You are a pupil of Girls Model School at Ejumako Besiase. And the message to you, you are 11 years actually, the message to you is, may you grow to be a wonderful young lady, favored above your peers, and being a very responsible daughter to the family. So happy birthday to you, little Amado Dua Asari of Girls Model School at Ejumako Besiase. Sergeant Boite.
All right, so we keep mentioning on this platform that if you're a police officer, you have any loved one, you are a colleague with any of the state security agencies, or even you are an ardent viewer of the Safe Star Show live on GH Police Television, please send us your picture, your message, at least a day before your birthday, and we'll take time and then share in your incredible journey. Away from the projected list of birthday celebrants, I still have some birthday wishes coming through, and this one is a wish coming from General Constable Mohammed Idrisu of Chebi Regional Operations. Yesterday was the birthday of your wife, so it is a belated happy birthday going out to my favorite human, Miss Gladys Kurama. You are the reason, you are my reason to smile every day. Let's make this year our best adventure yet. All right, so belated happy birthday going out to Miss Gladys Kurama. That is the wife of Police Officer General Constable Mohammed Idrisu of Chebi Regional Operations. So, Madam Gladys, do have a fantastic birthday celebration as you celebrated your birthday yesterday. Again, this one is a happy birthday wish to the ever gorgeous nurse Linda Nkrumah. You are a theater nurse at both Tantra Community Clinic and SDA Hospital at Gbawe. Your commitment is seen by how you treat your patients and the love you show to all. We love you and wish you the very best in this added year. Happy birthday, Nurse Linda. This wish is coming from Dr. Senyo, your mother, Mama Grace, your big sisters, Mama Doris, Sister Priscilla, Joyce, Justice, Connie, your colleagues at Tantra Community and the SDA Hospital located at Gbawe. We love you. So a happy birthday wish going out to Nurse Linda Nkrumah. You are a theater nurse at both the Tantra Community Clinic and SDA Hospital at Gbawe. So Linda, do have a fabulous birthday celebration today as you celebrate your birthday on the Republic Day. Right. Another happy birthday wish going out to Rebecca Kwashi, popularly known as Aso or Becky of Glory Church of Heaven Ministry International of Vignari Road, Sotum, Accra. This one is a wish coming from Mr. Kwesi Crown, also known as Keki. So do have a fantastic day as you celebrate your birthday today, Madam Rebecca Kwashi, popularly known as Aso or Becky. You are also a member of the Glory Church of Heaven Ministry International of the Vignari Road, Sotum, Accra. Right, so it is still a birthday celebration wish on this platform. This one is a belated happy birthday going out to Sergeant Jiwa, also known as Dada Ba. May Allah bless you richly for your service and keep you under his favor always. May the year ahead bring protection, wisdom, good health, and continued strength as the Chief Imam's trusted bodyguard. Stay blessed and highly favored. This wish is coming from Corporal Gilbert Freeman Asante and all your squad mates. So this one's a belated happy birthday, in fact, to Sergeant Jiwa. He's also known as Dadaba, and then the bodyguard to our revered Chief Imam. Right. Yes, Sheikh Shaributu. Yeah. So happy birthday to you. So the happy birthday, belated one to you, Jiwa, and then do have a fantastic day as you celebrate your birthday today. All right. So Sergeant Tess, do you have further birthday wishes? All right. Another belated happy birthday going out to my sister, Mami Chumwa Boatin. You work with Haftel. Yesterday was your birthday, 30th June 2026. I pray for God's peace, blessings upon your life, and then may all your heart desires be, come into fruition by our Lord Jesus. So belated happy birthday going out to you, Mami. So from your mother, Madam Benis Mose Bedu, your father, Mr. Charles Kodu Boatin, and then your aunties, Meniwa, Nanahima, Hime Jewa, and then every other individual. We love you, and we pray that may you receive massive elevation and then long life into your adventure on this earth. So belated happy birthday going out to you, Mami Chumwa Boatin. You work with Haftel here in Accra. All right, so in the absence of any further notification, I think Sergeant Tess, this will be the time for us to call it a day on today's edition of the Safe Star Show. We've had an intriguing moment, I must admit. So. Yeah, yes, I've learned a lot especially with the land fraud
With the land
investigation
issues.
book by our revered ASP, Mr. Frank Katapu. Yes, so this book, in fact, it is something that everyone must, endeavor to
yes,
acquire.
it's a must-have for every police officer, especially. I must say.
Exactly. So, let me once again, in Germany, the number, if anybody is interested to place a call, you can call this number 0242 664956. 0242 664956. If you're a police officer, you're watching us within headquarters, you can just walk to the CID headquarters, the reception, or the property fraud units. Yes, and then you can get a copy.
Sure.
All right. Or if you want to also purchase it right at the comfort of your homes or your offices, you can just place a call on this number, and then delivery services are available
At a fee.
At a fee. Right. So the book goes for 150 Ghana cedis as well. Right. There is a late birthday wish coming in, and as I always say, it is better late than never at all. So this one is a wish coming from our head of production, Chief Inspector Isaac Chumodro. This one is a happy birthday wish going out to very Reverend Father Isaac Emmanuel Maunge. You are the rector of Holy Trinity Catholic Church, and the message is that with hearts full of gratitude, we celebrate the dedication, humility, and spiritual leadership of very Reverend Father Isaac Emmanuel Maunge. Thank you for saying yes to God's call and for working with us in faith and love. So happy birthday going out to you, very Reverend Father Isaac Emmanuel Maunge, rector of Holy Trinity Catholic Church. This wish is coming from Chief Inspector Isaac Chum Odro. Sergeant Tess, Isaac Chum Odro, Chief Inspector, was on a journey to becoming a Roman father. But then at a point in time, he couldn't withstand.
He couldn't withstand,
the worldly pressure and all of that, so he had to back off. So Isaac Chum Odro, you have a call to answer to God. You understand? For running away and not being unable to come out as a Roman father.
I think it's a good decision he took.
Are you sure?
A good decision he took.
Are you sure? All right. Okay, so to our lovely viewers, this is where time will permit us to bring an end to today's edition of the Safe Start Show. I believe you've had a riveting moment on today's show. I have learned a lot. I believe you have also done same. My co-host, policewoman Sergeant Teresa Addo, has also admitted that she has also learned a lot on this platform. Right. We are, admonishing you to stay safe out there, because we are not in good times, especially with the weather precipitations. Rains are going to come down any moment from now, and so we should be very mindful of where we live, our surroundings, and all of that. At the moment, Ghana Police Service, we remain committed and resolute to ensure that we protect lives and properties. But then it is a collective effort as well. So let's help ourselves for us to stay safe. Once again, we are sending big gratitude to the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Christian Tete Yohunu, and sedulous members of the Police Management Board. And again, an immense gratitude going out to the Director General Public Affairs Directorate, Deputy Commissioner of Police, Madam Grace and Sir Akrofi, DSP, Mr. Richmond Mensah, Staff Officer, ASP, Mrs. Angela Kumi, in charge social media, and then every Tom, Dick, and Harry who works at the Public Affairs Directorate, especially to the production team headed by Chief Inspector Isaac Chumodro, and then all the other guys for a successful production. Once again, I am Sergeant Yao Boaite Boatin, your host, and I was supported by my colleague, the Halcyon,
Sergeant Teresa Addo.
All right, until we come your way on Monday, because Friday is a holiday.
It's a holiday.
The Republic Day has been shifted to Friday 3rd July. So it means that Friday will not be coming on your airwaves with the Camouflage Friday edition. Also, we'll come back on Monday. That will be on the 6th of July, 2026, where we bring you the mighty, magical Monday edition of the Safe Start Show. Until our path cross again, keep enjoying the rest of our programs. It is goodbye for now.
And stay safe.
All right.